Bust it.
I'm here with Chinedu at Hot Shots located in Kensington for a little quick Q&A to find out a little bit more about his Afrotropolis line, his recent presence at Afrofest, and just to see what this entire movement is all about. Okay. So we know that you've been a designer for over 7 years. You took a little hiatus. Okay. Now you're back in a big way. Okay. Your name is popping up everywhere. Could you tell us a little bit about what your line is all about?
Also African culture, things that I could reinvent in a way that looked fresh and modern, so that the influence was African, but it was looking forward, very contemporary, and not costumey at all. Okay.
Now I know that you do a women's line as well, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm really happy to see that you have also delved into the menswear.
Correct.
How has that experience been for you, and more importantly, how is your brand you find relevant to the Toronto market? How would you say?
I think with this Afrotropolis collection, I finally found a way to to do something that was very creative, but also would appeal to, let's say, a man who doesn't consider himself to be a fashionista. So I really tried to strike that balance between something that wasn't boring, but something that was interesting, but still using pretty much very classic, like tailoring, but playing around with the colors and having the shoulder panel a different color check than the rest of it, but it's still basically a men's shirt. Okay. Same thing with the vest being a more of like an eyelet lace fabric as opposed to a herringbone. But okay. So it's still classic menswear, which we're all used to. And as far as how it fits into Toronto, I think one of the really one of the things that I find missing in Toronto is sort of like a line that that was local, but that also had a very worldly view about it. So despite the fact that it is rooted in like Toronto, it's looking outwards.
I think that's a really good point, because I've always felt that Toronto has a very unique opportunity given the multicultural nature.
Exactly.
That if people were to really put their minds together, they could develop fashions that the world has never seen, and it could sustain itself here only because of the type of demographic we have. So I was really interested in seeing your collection, because it is just a living testament to that ideal, where you're fusing African culture with North American aesthetic and kind of bringing it all together, which is really amazing. Now, you obviously have your actual collection, which is a tailored material, but we also, I'm noticing, you have some very interesting t-shirts with sayings that are very socially conscious. So could you explain that take on your fashion?
That was actually how I started in fashion design. I started basically just silk screening t-shirts, and in the beginning it was simply a way for me to make a statement. It's sort of like laying the foundation for what I wanted my brand to be.
I just want to thank you once again for taking the time to sit down with us. I think this is a really unique opportunity for Toronto to see cultures coming together and really doing something very positive. So thank you so much for this.
And thank you for the interview.